Great, you'll have to tell me if this works, because, yeah, my PC is not enjoying this today, as you can tell by music coming out. Streamlabs is deciding that it needs all of my CPU, about double what ACC is using, along with an amount of RAM as well. So that's all fun and games, isn't it? No. Hello. We are here today once again. I'm going to kill that because it's my wick. We are here today at the Racing Pals GT3 Season 2. Something's having fun this afternoon, this evening, whatever time it may be. 2 minutes left. We've lost connection to the server. Grand. So, that's gone well to begin with, hasn't it? Haha! So we're going to have to wait for it to be back up. This means my graphics card temperature is going to absolutely skyrocket, as what normally happens with ACC. Once I'm in game, it does rather well. Here you go. Let's go to this one here instead because it looks better now. So how's everyone's day? How is everyone doing? I've injured myself recently. That's fun. For people that haven't heard the story, I fell over and landed on my elbow and then I died. Essentially, anyway. Exactly, I did get my elbows out. But yeah, MISANO at night for the final round of the Racing Pals GT3 Series. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a great stream. Yeah, great stream. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not great at just talking. However, this does give you get all the stuff getting ready before. I'm also just making sure, because it is bloody boiling in here, I'm just making sure that my temps and everything are okay. They are fine. There you go. I think we've got the server back, boys. Let us connect to it. The time of day is apparently 2 PM. I think that's wrong. Is that better for you? Is that better for you? So, let's quickly grab all this up together. And we are back! My overlay and pretty much everything on Streamlabs has decided not to work. So I've had to go with my regular overlay for my regular streams. This may cause some people some discomfort. Sorry, Streamlabs broke. Again. So just logging in onto everything. We've got an extra... We had an extra 5 minutes of practice. That means we're going to have about an extra 3 minutes once we get crack-a-lacking. Is okay. All quite handy as well for some people. You may hear my GPU fan go mental in the background. Sorry. So yeah, free practice. It's not going to help us much. This is just going to show us whereabouts people are sat. Some people might get a lap done, some people might get 2 laps done. Oh yeah. That's a bit of that was a yawn and a half. We're currently on with Aaron Fiedlak. Alan the German. Ex-QP driver, now running the Phoenix Racing. Aston Martin as QP. Hadley has stopped existing. A few cars on the grid this evening. Fiedlak, Jack, Shoblin, Moreno, Ushais and Gottlieb, Arnold, Long, Bingus McBongus, Borisov, Vangelu, Deep Cuts, Newman, Sanchez, Casaroni, Saunders, Costetta and Barak at the minute. So yeah, bish, bash, bosh. Wouldn't his German livery be in the livery pack? I'm not even going to question. Not going to question it. Let's jump in the car with him, shall we? That's not in the car. That's in the car. So we're in the car. You can hear him just hitting the curbs there. We'll hopefully get another lap with Aaron Fiedlak here, as it'll give me a good chance to show exactly what's happening. Fingers crossed. Someone's joined. So across the line, what time is he going to get? 155, 146. 138.8, but I think it was invalid. Shoblin comes through at 138, almost flat, 138.097. So we're on board with Aaron Fiedlak. Let's jump on this camera here. He's already gone through the negotiations of turn 1 and 2. Maybe we'll turn 1, 2, 3 if that's your way. And then you get this 3-corner section. Right, and then left. Making sure not to go too far because those curves aren't fun. Aaron is stopping. So now we're with Frederick Shoblin on board with the Porsche. Now on camber left-hander. Very deceptive as it tightens, as you can see. Shoblin, I think, gets a little bit unhappy. They're going round. The practice session is now over. Now, this track seems to like it all right. So right. And then long right. We may see some drivers getting pushed off the track a little bit here. Those moves up the inside are quite easy to step out. So some drivers will have to be wary of that. Now we're heading into the section affectionately known as Code Brown. 2 right-handers, which are very scary. Then the 3rd right-hander, which is also very scary. And then because this track likes right-handers, another right-hander, just in case you've not had your fix of right-handers. And then to round off the lap, you get a double left-hander, a left-hander, which is very, very fun on the old track limits. And then another left-hander where you can try and hit as much of the curb as possible. And then across the line to finish a lap here. Shoblin, a 137.377. I believe that was invalid. So next up, we will be heading into qualification. Checking the chat to make sure everything is working properly. And while we are waiting for the drivers to switch from practice to qualification, I'm going to go and quickly get a drink. I've got a drink while upstairs. I'm smart. Okay. We are back with E. In the next of qualification. I wish it's it automatically got rid of that. To be fair, so 10 and a half minutes of queue in today's race. We are with Frederick Schoblin. We're going to jump back here to Pierre Moreno, driver who has said that he would be having issues in today's race. So we're going to grab the interior camera. Someone's gone off ahead there. Remember, it is a daytime quali, but it will be a nighttime race. Wow. And if you hear any pain during this live stream, I have ruined my shoulder. Not my shoulder, sorry, my elbow, the other bit. I landed on it during airsoft today, and it's not been fun. Pierre Moreno has slowed up. Let's jump with Ed Costetta, who is going through across the line now. Where's he going to place? Is he going to improve? He does not improve. A second off of his previous lap. He is so close. That front there is getting very compact. With Bingus McBungus in the list as well, just ahead of Paul Newman. Jürgen Zuscheisen dropping into 5th place now, pushing Bingus McBungus and Newman back by 0.972 of Pierre Moreno's pole time, which is currently sat at a 1:33.966. So here we see Ed Costetta. We're going to jump back on board with him. 24C is the air temperature, 32C the track temperature. For some people that know tyres, that will mean something. As Paul Newman, I also didn't notice, has jumped up to 3rd place. 3.5 tenths of Pierre Moreno there, about 200ths of Sanchez, who is currently in 2nd place. So it was a Porsche 134. In fact, for the pro class, and his Lamborghini on pole in the silver class for Bingus McBungus there. Be about a 134.9, 135 maybe. As we see Ed Costetta coming across the line, he's currently in 8th position. Where is he going to improve? Is he going to improve? He does. He jumps up to 2nd place. 134.212 for Ed Costetta, putting him 2.5 tenths off of Pierre Moreno, but also putting him just under a tenth clear of Sanchez and Paul Newman. I'm sure he will be happy with that lap time. Now we're going to jump with Jürgen Zuscheisen. We're going to jump on the front of the car. Airsoft was great. I fell on my elbow, so that's in a lot of pain. It's why occasionally during the stream you'll hear me go, ow. Because that is that weird thing called pain. Yeah, it can kill some time actually while I do this. Funny story. So I was in a field being shot at, and I thought that while you're being shot at, the thing you're going to want to do is get out of the place you're being shot at, so then you're not being shot at. So I did. I ran across this field, tripped over, and landed on my elbow, which has sprained that, which means that sleeping is going to be very fun, because this does not like being straight. Great. And there's a yellow flag somewhere on track, but it does get quite quickly cleared. Your current top 3 for all of the classes is Pierre Moreno, Ed Costetta, and Jack for the pro class. Bingus McBungus, deep cuts, and Schoblin for silver. And for bronze, it's Arnold, Long, and Borisov. Who can we jump on with? There you go. Let's jump on with Jacob Alacia for the JKR Motorsports car. Yeah, right. That's not easy sleep whatsoever. I mean, the upside is I can still use a controller, so I can still play, like, the majority of the games that I waste time on, which is great. Grand. So, hurrah. Hooray, hurrah, hooray. So, Jacob Alacia, one of 2 cars left to qualify, both in the bronze class. Alacia and Cassoni haven't yet qualified. The rest of the grid is qualified. You can see the split times to pole there, with the closest split time obviously being second place with a 0.246 and the highest split time being a 4.116. And then a lot of people are actually the top 8 all within a second of Pierre Moreno's time, including Bingus McBongus. Then it trails off to about 1.5 seconds for Deep Cuts and Toby Long. Then you're into the 2 seconds for 11th through to 13th. Then you're into 3 seconds for 14th through to 16th. And then 4 seconds for Nathan Van Gelwu in the back. So here we go. Round the final corner comes Jacob Alacia. Where is he going to place within his class? And across the line, it's second in class. A 1:35.520, putting him so close to Toby Long, who's actually 2.5 tenths up on his previous lap time. His current time there, before he jumped, well, now he's jumped, the time to beat for the bronze class is a 1:35.238. And Jacob Alacia is gaining time, but he's already invalidated. But someone who hasn't invalidated is Ian Arnold, apparently 4 tenths up on his best, which is a 1:36.141 across the line. Where's he gonna come? Yes, 1:35.763. So he doesn't gain, however, he doesn't lose either. But someone that I do want to look at is Ed Costetta. According to my timing, he's 3 tenths up as he heads through Code Brown and that Porter. It looked very twitchy there on the exit. And that is his lap time invalidated there. 4 tenths apparently as he's exited that corner. That's going to be absolutely soul-crushing for him, because that, I think, would have put him on pole. And you can just see how contested the top 3 are. All under a tenth away from Pierre Moreno. And someone who might gain that if he can keep it up is Thomas Jack, with the very professionally made livery there. I like it. I like that. There are so many people who are on green. Jack has apparently invalidated his lap time there. So too has Ed Costetta on the outside of turn 5. However, Paul Newman has not invalidated his lap time yet. 3 tenths up as he went into the corner. Maybe more as he exits it. Remember, you'll lose time as you go into a corner. You gain it on the exit more or less. 2 tenths. Someone I don't see very often is Ivan Barak, the president, Barack Obama, as we call him in the server. Only 0.5 second up on his lap time. Which, okay. Fair enough. This could be a very, very compact top 3. If Barak can hold the time he's gained, he could go into pole, maybe across the line. And it's pole for Barak. A 1:33.813. That must have been one hell of a lap from him. But now coming across the line is Paul Newman. Can he take pole? No, he can't. Just under a 10th away from pole position. And someone who is already gaining time as he heads through the corners. Oh, this top 3 is getting quite interesting. This top 7 is getting quite interesting. This top 10 really has been gaining time each lap. Pierre Moreno, 1/10 off. 1/10 shaved off of his personal best at this current moment in time. He needs a 1/10.5. 0.153 separates him from pole position in the race. Is he going to get it? He's lost time through Code Brown. He needs a very, very good run of corners in the final sector. Let's see, will he get it? It doesn't seem it, but he could. Maybe. We will have to see as Bingus McBongus goes up the inside of Pierre Moreno. Actually hurting his lap time at the same time, but ensuring Pierre Moreno couldn't improve his either. And someone else who's on an absolute mad one is Ed Costetta. 6/10 up as he heads through Code Brown Corner. And there's someone in the middle of that as well. Nice new ornament, I guess. 7/10 now. This could be pole position for Ed Costetta. We will have to see. He is 4/10, literally the tiniest margin under. It gets very twitchy, and that's the lap time invalidated for Ed Costetta. He comes across the line, and it would have been pole position. No, it wouldn't. It would have been second, maybe third. Fucking hell. I can do that shouting thing again before my voice gives up. I don't know. I don't think there's anything, like, against it if you're faster, and from the look of it, Bingus McBongus was faster. There, they just both seem to outbreak each other now. The problem is, qualifying is over, and the top two won't be improving. Sanchez won't be improving. Bingus McBongus and Toby Long won't be improving, nor will Saunders, Alacia, and Gottlieb. So, Moreno, Jack, Costetta, Ushaisen. Okay, never mind. Deep Cuts, Arnold, Shoblem, Galwu, Felak. Okay, there's not many people left to qualify. Ignore what I'm saying, I'm talking out of my ass. But across the line comes Deep Cuts. Where is he going to jump? Could he take pole in his class? Yes, he can. Jumps to within a 10th of the pole position of the overall race there for Deep Cuts in the Aston Martin. What a lap from him. That has been an amazing quali. So, if you're new to the series, I have to recall this off of the top of my head, which we can talk about while we wait for the race start here. And I will do my grid walk as well, as per the norm. I'm sorry this bit has taken me so long because my overlay has broken. It hasn't let me get in the normal flow of things. Oh god. So, in the RP series, which is ending this evening, this is the final race under the floodlights of MISANO. While that floodlight is going absolutely mental, there is success ballast. First in the Platinum Championship, we'll go Platinum, Silver, and Bronze. In the Platinum Championship, first place gets 30 kilograms, with second getting 20 and third getting 10. In Silver, it's 15 for first, 10 for second, and 5 for third, and there is no ballast in the Bronze Championship. The points system is 16 points for first, 13 points for second, 10 for third, 8 for fourth, 7 for fifth, 6 for sixth, 5 for seventh, 4 for eighth, 3 for ninth, 2 for 10th, and 1 point if you finish outside of those positions. The classes are also split based on hot stint time. Every driver, before they joined the series, had to complete a 10 minutes hot stint on Barcelona using a preset weather template. Their times were then all bundled together, and we got our class system here, which, as you can see, has provided a clean split between the Platinum and the Silver cars. But then Silver and Bronze, are just there. There is also one mandatory pit stop during the race as well. As you can see, there is a orange 1 next to the driver's name. Once the driver has taken their pit stop, which can be taken at any time, tyres must also be taken in the pit stop. That will go green to show they don't need a pit stop. Now, the bit, of course, everyone has been waiting for, the grid walk. So, starting on pole was Ivan Barak there in the Ferrari, followed by Newman in second, Pierre Moreno fourth, Spectre Racing in third, Toby Jack there in his I just love that livery. It's great. Is that a FIFA player? I don't know. Sanchez in 5th, Costetta in 6th, Ushosen in 7th, Deep Cuts in 8th, Bingus Bongus in 9th, 10th is Toby Long, 11th is Saunders, 12th is Jacob Alacia, 13th is Ian Arnold, 14th is Frederick Schoblem, 15th is Gottlieb, 16th is Nathan Van Gelwu, 17th is Borisov, 18th is Feidlak, and 19th is Cassoni. So we are getting ready to go. As you can see, the cars are setting off for their laps. He's not. You can see the lights are leaving. Oh, is it Calamilot? Okay. Right. Brilliant. Great. Is it bad? My original thought was FIFA player. Is that bad? I've seen the space age of it. So 1 hour of racing is soon to be upon us. If only Rob Phillips and Will Treasure were not that scared to come and talk to me with this, it would have been funny. Oh well. Yeah, you can see the cars there. This is the time to heat up your brakes, heat up your tyres, get yourself ready to go. Essentially, make sure you're comfy, make sure everything's ready. If you need a slash, you're out of luck. And it will be a 2-wide rolling start. Down the start, finish straight, of course. For the race to get us underway on pole. Surprisingly, I think for a couple of people, is Barak. Now, I know for me it's surprising. I've seen Barak as a fast driver for quite a while, but I don't think I've ever seen him on pole before. I don't think I've ever seen Barak on pole this season, but let's see if he can convert it. He looks strong. He, however, has a challenge of Paul Newman behind and also Pierre Moreno, which that's a top 3 that really does put the frighteners up here. Also, remember, because this is a YouTube video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Because that's the thing that YouTube says I need to ask people to do every time I log into my front page. It's like, oh, I need to remember to get the interactions, the liking, the commenting, and the subscribing. And I'm like, okay. So we will soon be getting ready. I'm trying to flip from chat to race control. So if you... Yeah, you've commented, yeah. If you notice that your chat message hasn't yet been read, please don't get angry at me. I'm trying. I need a 3rd screen. That's the problem. Now that I've got 2... Now that I've got 2, I need a 3rd screen. Because 1 for chat would just be handy. So I might see if I can get, like... a cheapy one. Yeah, you always do. And it's lights out and away we go here at MISANO. And we're already 3 wide into turn 1 as there's Pierre Moreno, but Paul Newman loops it round the outside and gets a bit adventurous, and there's contact between Pierre Moreno and Barak. That's opened Moreno up to the 2 Porsches of Jack and Costetta behind as well. As Pierre Moreno moves up the inside of Barak. That's going to open him out. I think Fred Costetta, no, because the track was just there. Paul Newman is riding off into the distance as well. But further back, we have Jürgen Zuschaisen making a move up the inside of Sanchez. It's a tight corner. This could lead to contact. Sanchez, I think, is going to get a straight line speed as Deep Cuts, who's round behind. Deep Cuts is off of the circuit, and so too is Borisov as well. It's all kicking off here. Yeah. There, was that enthusiastic enough for lap 1? Oh man, see, people always say they love my shouty enthusiasm, which yeah, further back, Deep Cuts is already on the rear of Angelo. However, he's under attack from Cassoni behind in the Porsche as well. Lots of battles are still raging. We're going to slip back to this one here. Sanchez is under pressure from Ushaizen and Bingus McBongus. We're going to jump on the rear wing of Sanchez there. We're going to get the broadcast overlay back because it should be happy now. You can see that Bentley getting close to the rear. Is he going to try up the inside? Sanchez looks to defend it. Ushaizen just doesn't have the speed to make the move work. However, has to slow up a bit, it seems, on the exit of turn 4. Either 3 or 4. I'm going to call it 3 because, yay. But now, down the straight. Ushaizen tried the inside here last lap and it didn't work because of the speed. He's now going to try the outside. Let's see how it goes. Can he cut back? No, not quite. He's still chasing on the rear of this AF Corsa Ferrari with Bingus on the Bongos just hoping, I think, in the background for there to be a crash and for him to pick up some scraps. He's already 3 cars clear of second place in his class, which is Aaron Feidlach after Deep Cuts had his issue on lap 1. Oh no, Ushaizen is trying it into Code Brown corner. He slips back to the rear end of Anthony Sanchez. I think that must have been terrifying for both drivers there, because that is terrifying to go through even if you're on your own, let alone with someone else. Now you can say Bingus at Bongus here. Right on the rear end, we get the view of the driver. You can just see out of the right-hand corner of his windscreen the rear lights. He might be able to make a move. That Lamborghini sounds absolutely amazing. As Saunders is taking his pit stop. Maybe he's got damage. He's on the pit exit. And we'll see him get up to speed. I'm not sure, but he's taking his pit stop early. However, he may be able to run the full 56 minutes on his own without needing to take a pit stop, which could make life very interesting, as Gottlieb is on the rear of Aaron Feidlach, and someone went very deep there. I think it might have been Deep Cuts. Oh, someone's gone quite deep there at the exit of turn 5. It was Deep Cuts over the curbs. It's if you remember, in the real world, it gave one of the Porsche drivers a couple of broken vertebrae in his back because he went up. The rear of the car lifted, it slammed back down, and yeah, that's not a fun-sounding injury for him at all. But as far as I know, seeing as I am someone who follows GTWS, he has made a good recovery. I don't know. I don't know if ACC, like, if you miss a start, it lets you, like, have the pit. I'm not sure. That could be an interesting one to find out, actually. There's Gottlieb side by side with Aaron Feidlach. They have contact on the inside. And they're still going to be side by side through the 2 left-handers. Feidlach gets ahead. Now Borisov has been opened up onto the rear of Gottlieb, and so too is Deep Cuts, who gives him a very, very harsh love tap into the final corner. That is Gottlieb round there. And one thing that I will just say is on the rear of the car, it has a quite good message that we're going to quickly look at. Only you can prevent punting. And he's been punted. I don't know if he's been punted this season at all, but the fact that the car that says only you can prevent punting on the back of it gets punted, it's just comedy gold, honestly. As that Bacon is asking the other social distance. Oh, Bacon, I saw a great one. And while the race is just riveting on, I saw a socially, because I watch football sometimes. I saw a socially distanced free kick wall. Absolutely pointless, but it was quite funny. I'll have to send you the picture of it because oh, it's funny. It's like the entire point of the wall is to be together. and they socially distance the wall, which doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Like, if you hit that wall while taking a free kick, you're sacked. And now the battle for the lead is raging. Paul Newman versus Pierre Moreno. They are so close. 3/10 separating the two drivers. Pierre Moreno hasn't getting closer, closing it to around the 10th sometimes. And you can see he's just trying to use both drivers, trying to use as much of the track as humanly possible to just gain that extra speed on the exits. It looked like Newman came out better there of turn 6, but now turn 7 and turn 8. Moreno's closed the gap back up. 6 tenths, 5 tenths apparently separating the two drivers. However, the more they scrap, the closer Ed Costetta is going to be able to get. We will have to check back in with this battle soon enough. However, the battle further back, Thomas Jack and Ivan Barak, P5 the battle for as they go through Code Brown Corner. It's Ferrari, Porsche, Ferrari, Bentley, and then Lamborghini, and Aston Martin, and Lamborghini, and Lexus. Here is, Barak defends stoically there of turn 11. And you got turn 12 and turn 13. That is what I'm going to call it here from now on. You could hear the cogs turning in my head, couldn't you? 6 tenths separating Jack from Barak. 4 tenths separating Sanchez from Jack. And 7 tenths separating Ushaisen from Sanchez. And further back, actually, one thing that we are going to have a look at here is Jacob Alacia. An in-class battle for the lead of their class between Toby Long and Jacob Alacia. We've had drama, we've had crashing. Now all we need is a Deep Cuts internet cut, and we'll have the full thing. Also, for when Deep Cuts watches this later, happy birthday! Happy birthday! As now we look into turn 6. It's so deceptive, that turn 6. I've had so much trouble with it when I've ever driven MISANO, because you always feel that you can take more into it than you actually can, and then it spits you back out and it's like, ha, no. You're like, aww, I'm sorry, I did try my best. As we are just watching these two drivers get closer and move away from each other, lap after lap, corner after corner. Alacia seems to be getting closer through sector 3, but that could just be the fact that Toby Long didn't have a great sector 3. Now we're going to check back in further up. Anthony Sanchez on Thomas Jack, and Ivan Barak in the mix as well. Let's see, is Toby Jack going to try it into turn 3? No, he's not. I also love how the dollar sign is completely off center, as opening up the inside there. However, you can just get the overspeed if you take the outside, which means that the inside may not be the best of ideas. Ed Costetta has fallen back quite heavily. 7 tenths now, separating himself from Barak. However, 3 tenths separating Barak from Jack, and 2 tenths separating Sanchez from Jack as well. Jonas Ushaisen just out of the mix at 1.1 seconds, so he's not going to get DRS down the straight. We are getting a very good train going, and this could be exactly what we needed this evening. I'm just looking up and down Race Director to see what is happening, and it is stacked, in fact. My timer thing goes orange when there's drama happening. Here is Paul Newman currently running in the lead, 8/10 separating himself from Pierre Moreno. Now we're back to Thomas Jack, and you can just see how close they are together. Thomas Jack pushing as hard as he can, but he's dropped to around 8/10 off of Barak, who himself is attacking Ed Costetta. Yeah, everyone in the chat is saying happy birthday to Deep. Oh, as Barak's off! Barak is off at Code Brown. He's into the sand. I don't know if he had contact with Ed Costetta. I don't know if he tried the inside and had contact. However, Barak is off. He's dropped 4, 5, 6 positions maybe. 6 positions due to that spin baller in Code Brown. And now Schoblum attacking Aaron Weidlach into Code Brown as well. Audi versus Porsche for second to last in silver. However, it is a podium in silver, so you win some, you lose some. Angry Barak noises in VC, yes. That's going to be devastating for the lad. Absolutely devastating for him. They'll be running in fourth, attacking Ed Costetta for the overall podium, a podium in his class. After starting on pole, he has got a huge recovery drive to do. And first, he has to break up the battle of Toby Long and Jacob Alacia. Ooh, so the Ferrari is a glorious car, very stable. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly on that. We are just watching Barak catch Jacob Alacia, who is defending the inside. Remember, this is 4 positions, so we'll have to see how it goes, but you can see he's getting so close to the rear. Oh. So, yeah, this has been mental. And now they are side by side. Here, Barak just drops back through Code Brown. I think he might have had some contact there. And you can see he has dropped back a bit. It is getting tasty up front there, isn't it, lads? As now further up front, we're going to switch to the battle of Pierre Moreno. Jeez. I'm just trying to figure out what I should be saying, because this racing does take me words away sometimes. You can just see they are pulling together quite closely. Right, let's see what else is happening up and down the grid. As my arm just had a lovely little lock up there. We've got Toby Jack now on the rear end of Ed Costetta. See how close they're getting. Ah, that hurt. Is my stream still holding up, lads? Making sure, as I am just letting this battle go on its own. Jones shows in there, trying on the rear end of Sanchez, but looks like he has to slow up quite a bit. We're now back with Thomas Jack. We're going to jump inside the car. We'll jump on this one here, and you can just see Ed Costetta defending for all his worth. Have a look at chat. How are we doing? The power of Violet will see Tom through. Yes, it will. Abby would like to know how the classes work. So, as I explained earlier, while we let the racing occur, the drivers, when they signed up to the series, completed what is known as a hot stint. Basically, they drove for 10 minutes on the circuit, and then the total time at the end, as it's not exactly 10 minutes, obviously, gets put into some mumbo jumbo. And then the classes are pulled out of the averages to make sure that each of the classes has a close battle between each other, so you don't want a platinum rated driver racing in bronze, for example, because it just wouldn't have much of a point. So the classes from what a lot of people would say is the best to worst, which in reality is the fastest hot stints to the slower end of the hot stints, is platinum, as you can see there, the white and black numbers next to their names. Silver, which is the silver and white numbers next to their names. And then bronze, which is the red and black numbers next to their names. And you can just see Ed Costetta is extending the gap, but a gap that has actually started to fall down is this one here. The battle once again for the race lead. So I'm just making sure that everything is working. Rona. Can we have an elbow update? Hurts. Next, as Paul Newman goes deep. Or is he going to try come back on Pierre Moreno? No, Pierre Moreno holds on to the lead into Sector 3. Paul Newman there has fallen behind a bit. Actually, Thomas Jack has gone in, as I haven't noticed. But now I have. Paul Newman and Ed Costetta coming in for what must be the ultra undercut. And so too did Deep Cuts, who's come out a laps, according to ACC Race Control, down on... Okay, that was a very useful camera angle there, ACC. Thank you for that one. On everyone else, however... it could help. Now here we go. Shoblem on the back of Borisov. And Costetta and Paul Newman have been released from the pits, meaning they are the third and fourth driver to finish their pit stop, including Barak and Deep Cuts. We've had two drivers drop out of today's race. Those won't show until the end, sadly. Always sad to see drivers go out, as Shoblem loses a position to Gottlieb there. Looked like he went deep at turn 1. The best part was, right, about my elbow injury, is Matt was in the same place and he didn't witness it, which annoys me even more because he would have laughed at me. However, I was immediately shot in the face, so, you know. There's one thing I didn't notice further up. I hope I've not missed it. I can't actually find it. Yep, Jürgen Zuscheisen's taken the lead as Sanchez has headed into the pit lane. We'll be able to watch as cars come careering past. It's 16C air and track temperature at this moment in time. The track is optimum. Wind is 8 kilometers per hour to the left. And the weather looks like it's going to stay dry. There goes Deep Cuts. Two more cars coming to the bits. Toby Long and Jacob Alacia as well heading in. Nah, it wasn't you. It didn't come from where you were. But here is Shoblem on the attack again of Justin Gottlieb, as Paul Newman and Cassoni have both picked up drive-through penalties. Paul Newman. I think that is going to be his race more or less over. And Aaron Feidlack dropped out as well. Congrats to Bingus Among Us for winning the championship. Is that all wrapped up for him there? As Paul Newman comes through to perform his drive-through penalty. But here we go. Schoblem has an Ed Costetta on his rear. Fresher rubber as well. As down the inside goes Ed Costetta. We've seen it. You do get the seed if you go outside. However, if you can slot it up the inside well, you will hold it. But no, he's going to lose the inside through 7 and 8. No, he's not. He holds it. Ed Costetta moves ahead of Schoblem there to move up a position into 8th overall or 4th in class. However, Jürgen Zuscheisen is currently in the pit lane. And we're going to jump on pit cam. TM. But another driver heads into the pits. It's Ian Arnold heading into the pit lane. Here we go. We'll see how many drivers come through. Is Jürgen Zuscheisen going to be released yet? Nope. Now he's been released. Oh, you can just see the lights appearing behind. Who is going to come out on top here? It's going to be close. Place your bets. And Jürgen Zuscheisen loses out. That, I shouldn't have sounded so, like, disappointed by that. As now Ed Costetta, side by side with Justin Gottlieb, makes the move through. That is another position for Ed Costetta. As we are now inside the McLaren of Justin Gottlieb, who's going on an adventure. There, in fact, now I'm going to open the floor to the crowd. How are you guys doing? How's it going, Narkit? Side by side now, Sanchez and Jürgen Zuscheisen. Sanchez loses the inside over. He might try and gain it around the final corner. No, he doesn't. The Bentley stays ahead once again. And seeing as it is now a running theme on tonight's stream, shoulder update at the halfway mark. Still painful, as we are coming up to the halfway mark. So it will be the time for cars to start coming in and making their pit stops as Gottlieb heads in. Thomas Jack comes in as well, leaving Pierre Moreno and Bingus Among Us out. That means the drivers after these two have finished their pit stops who need to pit will be Moreno, Bingus Among Us, Schoblem, Van Yelru, and Cassoni. Elbow, yeah. I don't know my own body parts. Yeah, elbow. See, I'm so used to, like, when I'm falling over saying I landed on my shoulder, because that's normally how I mess up a landing, is I land on my shoulder. But yeah, it's been different today. Oh, a bit of grass there for the Bentley as they head through Code Brown. They both make it, but who's going to back out through the second part? We've seen contact here before. Neither of them back out. There is contact. Both cars head off the circuit, and Jürgen Zuscheisen uses it as an opportunity to cut back. Bingus Among Us and Jack have also pitted. So too now has Schoblem. So that leaves Moreno, your current race leader, Vangelis and Cassoni left to pit in today's race. Oh, there you go. Pierre Moreno has now headed into the pit lane. We are letting this battle rage on as now Vangelis gets in the mix as well. Cassoni has pitted too, so one driver is left to pit, and it is Vangelis. I'm not the FIA, so I don't know why you've sent me an email. Oh, you can just see how close Sanchez is getting to the rear end of Jürgen Zushausen. Vangelis is the last car left to pit. Is he going to pit this lap? No. Okay. On Newman up to 9th place as well after his unfortunate foray, I think, for speeding in the pit lane to give him a drive-through penalty. But up front, here we go. The two of the giants from Racing Pals have had a punting. Great. It's Ed Costetta versus Pierre Moreno, and Thomas Jack is just in the mix as well, under a second behind, but by a tiniest amount, 8, 9 tenths thereabouts. With 26 minutes left on the clock for today's race. Over the curbs. And down the inside tries Ed Costetta. Is it going to stick? No, but they are side by side now. Through the left-hander, Pierre Moreno is going to hold it. However, is Ed Costetta going to try down the inside of the final corner? No, he's not. It's Porsche versus Porsche versus Porsche. They're all within half a second of each other as well. Thereabouts. We're on the rear wing of Pierre Moreno. We are just watching how close Ed Costetta is getting to the rear end of the Spectre Racing Porsche. And you can just see how close they are together. Ed Costetta is having to defend from Thomas Jack as well, defending second position in fact. As I am just having a gander at the championship standings at this current moment in time, if RaceApp will let me look at them. May take it a second. There we go. So the championship at the minute, it looks like it has been wrapped up in the bronze class for Subnai. He's currently on 71 points. 2 wins and 3 second places. in Platinum. Ed Costetta is in the lead with 71 points versus Pierre Moreno's 48. Ed Costetta, his worst performance has been a 5th of this season, and he has won every other race. So I think that's that one going to be very much wraps up for him. And in silver, Bingus McBongus is on 47 points. Aaron Filak, who has DNF from this race, is on 44, with Deep Cuts on 43. So it looks like Aaron Filak is also going to lose out a position to Deep Cuts as well. As we are just still watching this battle rage on. As I do get a cough. Shut up, Matt. I know what I'm saying, leave me alone. As we're now with Sanchez, who is chasing the rear of Jürgen Zuscheisen in that Bentley so tightly. It was 2 tenths through turn 1. It's opened out to 3 tenths now. However, where is Sanchez going to go? Zuscheisen defends the outside line. However, he goes deep. That may open Sanchez up. It almost did. He gets pinched quite heavily there on the apex. Sanchez now maybe look to the inside to try and get the speed. That has been a place where the Bentley has struggled, is the getaway out of this corner here. However, he just pushes that car out wide again to just give Sanchez nowhere else to go but to follow him, leading him around the circuit. Sanchez, though, you can see he wants to get past. He has the pace to get past as well. It's just a case of when will he get past? So let's have a gander at the chat. Cookie says no. Yeah, he does. But now they are too wide down towards turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? Sanchez gets the inside, but if Cookie can hold it... Oh, no, he can't. He doesn't hold it to get the inside through the second part of that corner. And now turn 3. And Nev Vangelou has finally pitted. With 20 minutes left to go in the race. Sadly, I think for him, that's going to be him out of the podium. He's already lost the position to Toby Long. That soon will be Ian Arnold. And then Jacob Alacia, I feel. Maybe. Is that Ian Arnold now just coming down? No, it's not. Nathan Vangelou might have... Oh, no, he has lost the positions. Never mind. I was about to say, he might have actually played that well, but then I realised where people were on the track. As we now see Jacob Alacia right on the rear of Ian Arnold in that Mountain Dew sponsored car. Tries it up the inside and holds it. Through turn 6, he holds it, and he holds it well. He will now be opened out onto the rear of Toby Long. However, it is quite the gap. In fact, 15 seconds by my calculation. Deep Cuts is somewhere in the mix. 19 seconds behind. Currently running second in his class out of the 3 remaining cars in his class. And now back to the battle for the lead. It's still Ed Costetta and Pierre Moreno, the 2 heavyweights of Racing Pals in both the Skip Barber, the Formula Pals, and the ACC Series as well. Both drivers have been absolutely pivotal since they started racing in this series, and it has been an absolute wonderment to watch, in fact. As Jürgen Uscheisen, a drive-through penalty, I think, actually, for track limits. Because his lap has been invalidated from the best lap board. So too has Jacob Alesius, but he's not been given a drive-through penalty. That may allow Sanchez and Bingos McBongus to absolutely accelerate ahead. So too will it probably mean Barak and Newman will go up as well. As Jürgen Uscheisen heads into the pit lane, we're gonna jump on with Barak here, who will gain the position from Jürgen Uscheisen there. You can see Bingos McBongus in the background. You can see Cookie there, just entering the pit lane. Now through comes Barak, and then also will come Paul Newman as well. I don't think Toby Long's going to get in the mix of it. However, that is Cookie given a drive-through penalty, opting to take it on the exact lap. Now the leaders have got to struggle with traffic. Pierre Moreno flashing away. Ed Costetta trying around the outside of both of them. That was an ambitious move. Borisov as well further down has gotten a drive-through penalty, but we are now with this. They will be too wide through Code Brown. Too wide. Pierre Moreno has the inside. Who's going to flinch going into the final corner? Ed Costetta almost looked like he was going to try and hold the inside, but you could see the front of that car get very twitchy, so he had to lay out of it. That was some very good driving from the two race leaders. And I think the championship victor for the Platinum class, Ed Costetta, after today's race, clinching it, I think, from Pierre Moreno, who won it last season. But the race is still far from over. Just 16 minutes left. Just under 16 minutes left, really. You've still got these two drivers together. Pierre Moreno is grabbing the draft down the straight of Frederick Schoblum. Now, the problem is he doesn't want to get stuck behind him either as they head into the cambered left-hander. I'm sure will be Cookie's favourite corner because it's a left-hander and it's got camber. Now, where is Ed Costetta going to go past? He tries it up the inside, taps Schoblum and just drives away. That was a drive-by tapping. Oh. The gap between these two may be a second, but it won't be there for long. I can tell you that now. And then Gottlieb has negotiated Schoblum as well, I think, to unlap himself. No, it was for position. Now, Thomas Jack is also going to have to try and negotiate Frederick Schoblum as well, which could give some trouble. No, it doesn't. And Thomas Jack there, round the inside of Schoblum, round the outside of Gottlieb. That means, however, Schoblum is going to be on the attack on the rear of Gottlieb. This is the battle for 13th. It's not for any class position. It's just for bragging rights, really. And overall, as I say about this mixed class racing, for example, Bingos McBongus doesn't really need to do anything. You know, he's 7 cars clear of second place in silver deep cuts, and the rest of the cars don't affect his points whatsoever. So really, he doesn't need to attack Sanchez. He doesn't need to defend too hard from Barak. He just needs to drive it to the end, which is hard to tell a racing driver, you know, right, and not battle with the car you're coming up to or the car that's behind you. But in mixed class racing, it can be for the benefit of you and of your result. So with 12 minutes left of today's race, we're going to have quick interviews. The winners of the championship and the winners of each of the classes. This is due to the fact that I still have to go and have dinner, because I forgot. I am so sorry, I am not perfect. We do, however, have 12 minutes left on the race clock so far. Just getting my little template ready. Can you have some racing words of wisdom from me? Don't do stupid moves up the inside. Don't push cars on the outside off the track, because it's a dick move. Next. There you go. You got 2 racing words of wisdom from me there, really. Now, further up the field, you can see Ed Costetta has got the view of Pierre Moreno. 1.1 seconds separating the 2 drivers. Which is definitely something. I'm trying to think of things to say. In the final 9 minutes, Newman has got another drive-through penalty as well. That is something that I have just noticed flash up. Oi. The jury will still be out on the result of this. Huskies was a wisdom. Don't try and elbow drop the planet, you won't win. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I tried it. I was lucky. I was about 3 foot from instead trying to elbow through some concrete fucking slabs, which would have put me in a worse situation than the one I'm currently in. Elbow update, if everyone's wondering. Painful. Very painful. So, Ed Costetta, 1.4 seconds off. Yeah, on the concrete, I think I probably would have fractured my elbow. Especially with, like, the force I came down as well. I left a good fucking divot in very compacted dirt, in fact. So, you know, I left a great divot, which shows just how hard I was coming down. You know, it was full-on sprint as well I was at. I was on a full-on sprint. And I did just elbow drop the planet up the inside as well while I was midway through my story. Goes Ed Costetta on deep cuts. Pierre Moreno must be looking in his mirrors going, he's getting further away. He's getting further away. And now I pass it over to you, my loyal viewers, who today is your vote in each class for driver of the day. Or if you just have one overall driver of the day, say that. This is called viewer interaction, and it's something the YouTube algorithm likes. Yeah. The YouTube algorithm enjoys viewer interaction. Elbow driver of the day. Oh, man. I mean, what? Darkius said to me earlier when I went in, he said, like, every time I come in, I seem to have found a new way to injure myself. And it's like, you know, he's right. As now with Bingus at Bongus, he is chasing the back of Barak, who I think got passed earlier on. Bongus is currently in 6th overall, but first in class, still with 6 positions between himself and Deep Cuts, who's running 2nd in that silver class. With 6 minutes left to go, if we take the average lap, which is about a 1:35, yeah, it's doing very well. We should have thereabouts around 3 to 4 laps remaining of today's race. Cookie has got himself another drive-through penalty. So him and Paul Newman sitting at the back, they've grabbed themselves a fair share of drive-through penalties each, actually. Competition caution. Yeah. Exactly. Quick, get out the competition caution, lads. As further up with 5 minutes left, Ed Costetta has closed the gap up to Pierre Moreno once more. The thing is, Ed Costetta is going to have to really push that car and make the move stick, because he's not got long left in this race, in this season, to get the win. And if he gets the win here today, he would have won all but one of the races this season. The only race he wouldn't have won would have been the Hungaroring, where he finished 5th. Every other race, Nürburgring, Laguna Seca, Silverstone and Paul Ricard, he came across the victor. He's on pit road. Come on, man. He's got damage. Get the sledgehammer out, man. Get a can of fuel in, man. Come on, man. They're going 9 wide. Come on, man. That was no accent anywhere on the planet. Actually, Ed Costetta's gap between himself and Pierre Moreno has dropped down. Pierre Moreno currently running in the lead of the race. There you go. You can see that 922 Spectre Racing Porsche. The purple, blue, cyan and white machine there. As is he Organization heading back into the pits? Yes. Yes, he is. Why? As further back, Bingus McBongus is on the back of Ivan Barak. I think the lap Frederick Schoblum helped him out there, because that gap has extended once more. That the blue flags are being waved. If you are new to GT racing, blue flags, unlike in other motorsports where it means dive off the racing line at all hopes, you know, put your car in the wall if you have to, this person is faster, do not inhibit them in any way whatsoever. In GT World Challenge, it's an advisory, and in Racing Pals, the series we're currently in, you have to hold predictable and hold your line, not actively defend. However, you don't have to move out of the way. So, yay. Here's Ed Costetta, 2 seconds off of Pierre Moreno. We're going to have this lap and one more. 2 laps left of today's race. So I was 1 lap out of my estimation. Bingus McBongus is caught back up to Barak, who is having problems, I think, on the rear of Gottlieb. Barak has already had a crash here before today. However, he holds behind and has contact with Gottlieb out the front there. We got the perfect view. Gottlieb is back off into the gravel. I think he must be getting a bit bored of being in the gravel today. I'm trying not to be harsh, but it's so easy and it's quite funny. So Pierre Moreno, yeah, there will be one more lap in today's race. So next time by will be the final lap. Pierre Moreno currently holding the lead from Ed Costetta, who is 1.9 seconds behind when I read it. Ivan Barak now is on the rear of Bingus McBongus. There is a possible there you go, Schoblum. There is a possibility that Pierre Moreno is going to take the win with 1 lap remaining next time by. 1.9 seconds separating Ed Costetta from Pierre Moreno. This could be tasty. Here you go, you can see them together. 2 seconds separating the 2 drivers. This is it, round the final corner for the second to last time. Pierre Moreno will have 1 more lap, 25 seconds on the clock. If you are new to how GT timed races work, the race only ends when the race leader crosses the line when the clock has 0 seconds left on it. This can sometimes give people problems if there is an extra lap, for example, and they haven't factored for it. However, if you are a good driver, you should always factor for an extra lap just in case. "38 laps today's race has been. 37 laps, sorry, today's race has been. I can't read, clearly. As we head through to the left-hander and then the double right one more time before Code Brown. We will have our race winner if he can hold it together and keep Ed Costetta at bay. 2.2 seconds separating the 2 drivers there. The gap has extended. And Nathan Vangelo has gotten another drive-through penalty. Wait, has he already had one today? I can't remember. I know. But round the 3rd to last corner, then the 2nd to last corner. Now the final corner for the final time this season. Across the line to take the victory, it's Pierre Moreno. With Ed Costetta just following in second there. Schoblum going through to finish at the back of his class. Still 3rd place for him, however. There goes Thomas Jack to take 3rd place. Deep cuts there, coming through second in his class. And some more drivers come through now. Who's this? It's Sanchez to take fourth overall and fourth in class. Next round should be Bingus Bongus, who is still defending from Barak. Bongus comes through first in his class, fifth overall. Barak comes through fifth in his class, sixth overall. Toby Long should be coming through soon to take the victory in his class as well. That's that time everybody loves. We send out the tags of the people I need to speak to. We've sent out the tags. We're going to give it 5 minutes each time for the driver to at me. Actually, we'll give it 3 minutes because 5 minutes will seem a bit long. However, we'll give it some time. I'm not going to track time because I'm smart. And now the final few cars going through the line. Ian Arnold coming through to take third in his class. Gottlieb coming through to take fourth in his class. And Joel should be somewhere. I think he's actually finished his drive-through penalty, so he should be coming through at some point. Jürgen Scheisen hasn't actually finished the race. Here comes Van Gelderoo here across the line. Take the victory. So here is your provisional race results. Remember, drivers can have a review and submit any tickets. It could lead to time penalties if they were hard done by. So I'll do it in classes. So for your Platinum class, Pierre Moreno came through to take the victory, followed by Ed Costetta, Thomas Jack in third, Sanchez in fourth, fifth was Barak, sixth was Newman, seventh, and these are cars that have technically not finished according to ACC, was Scheisen, and Rottermuscle also did not finish. I don't think he actually started. But still, Bingus McWongus came through to take the victory, followed by Deep Cuts, then Schoblum, with Aaron Feidlach and Saunders not finishing today's race. And then in the bronze class, Toby Long came through to take the victory, followed by Jacob Alasia, Ian Arnold, Borisov, Gottlieb, Nathan Banjo, and Cassoni to round off the bronze class. We're going to head over to this one now. No, we're not. We're going to head over to this one now. There you go. That's better. ACC was playing audio in my ear before it actually finished. Huh. That's fun. As we've got a tag. It's a ticket. So we'll give drivers a little while longer just to see if they want to have a chat. So, how was today's race for everybody? How was it? Thank you. We still got interviews to do. They're always the greatest part because I can talk to people and I like talking to people because talking to people is fun. So we'll give the drivers a little bit more time. Discord also now has a new events feature, which is handy because it means you can schedule events and it gives people reminders, which is very nice. So we are just waiting for anyone to come through and talk to me. I have a gander. I'm just getting some background music on while we wait. There we go. Let's have a gander, see if anyone comes in. Bingus McBongus is in the waiting room, but he hasn't tagged me, so let's have a chat to Bingus McBongus. Hello, Muscle.
How are you?
So, the double win. Winning your class and the championship, I think, if my math is correct.
I believe so. I was leading when the race started, so I have no reason to think that it'd be any different now.
In a car that you weren't 100%, I don't think, keen on at the start of the season. But now you've had time with the Lamborghini. How have you found it?
Still not my favorite. I mean, I don't mind driving it. It's when I started the season, I hated it, and I was determined to figure it out, and I think I've done that. That said, I'm still faster in other cars overall, but now that I know how to set it up and I know how it works, I'm a lot more comfortable with it, and I enjoy driving it instead of hating it.
And the question I have to ask as well is that this is sort of become your thing, I think. What's the car choice looking like next season? Are you going to stick, or are you going to try something new, see if you can find something else unique, like the Bentley?
I knew you were going to ask that. I'm not going to take the Lamborghini next season. I just want to, I like to move from car to car. If I stay with one car too long, I get kind of bored with it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to take next season. Maybe the new BMW will be good to drive. And if I'm driving it, I don't have to look at it. So
unless someone else takes it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be probably a pretty popular car because it's new. If you haven't heard, it comes up as a free update Wednesday, I think. Ooh. So it's on the 24th. So yeah, Wednesday.
And my final question, because I've run out of questions, surprisingly. I've not got a lot today. I actually have written some down, but we've gone through them quite quickly. Next season, do you think you're going to be staying in silver, or do you think it's going to be a jump up?
I don't know. Depends on the car. One car that I was thinking about was the AMG, which is a car I'm very bad with. I don't mind driving it. It's one of those cars that it feels fast, and then the lap times are not fast. If I stick with that, I'll probably still stay in silver. If I go back to something like the Bentley, I'll probably jump back up just because the Bentley has been my best car so far. That said, who knows? It depends on the car.
Well, next season we will have to see. I think both of us are very much looking forward to it, in fact. Today's race has been absolutely amazing. Have you got anything you'd like to add before I let you go?
One thing is we aren't taking the month of December off, even though we don't have a schedule for the next season of the RP series. We are doing a GT4 mini series, and it's going to be a more casual kind of thing, but it's every Sunday in December except for the 26th, because for obvious reasons. It's a few tracks that are mostly British tracks, just kind of happen like that, but it's smaller tracks that GT3s feel kind of cramped in. There will be an official announcement about that probably in a couple of hours, as soon as the stewarding is all done and we've determined the championship winners and we can kind of be done with that. But yeah, stuff's happening. The 4 hours of Paul Ricard is next Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be stewarding that one, unfortunately. I couldn't get a team together, but that's okay. So yeah, lots of stuff going on, and I'm looking forward to it.
So you've heard the exclusive scoop here. Thank you for coming and speaking to me, Muscle. Congratulations on both wins. Maybe next season you might win it again.
Who knows?
Enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. Have a good one.
You too.
So that was Bingus McBongus, who came through to win both the race tonight and the Silver Championship. We're next going to hear from the man who won today's race, one of the giants of Racing Pals in the GT Series. It's Pierre Moreno.
Hello.
Congratulations on your win. Ed was getting very, very close to you at some points.
Yeah, and for once I didn't I didn't lose the battle, which is it's a very good feeling. I mean, props to Ed. He's giving me such a good clean fight. We had a bit of contact, but honestly it was all fine. We had minimal damage and we were able to keep going. I just love this race. I had to fight for it so hard, and it worked out. And I didn't make many mistakes, so it was a good feeling.
And remember how you said to me earlier that you're not going to win this one, and you're slow here, and it's not the one for you, and then what do you go and do?
Well, there you go. It's the reverse jinx. It's the reverse.
It's the reverse commentator's curse.
Yeah, exactly. No, because it's my first race with this new wheel, CSL GD. Special thanks to my not yet sponsored Fanatec. But yeah, it was a bit dodgy because I had to strap the pedals together to make them holes in place because they were moving quite a lot in free practice. But yeah, I'm happy with my purchase, and I was happy with the battle that I had with both Paul Newman and Ed Costetta.
And next season, if my math is right, which I'll be honest, I failed math 3 times before I actually passed it, so never think it's right. You have finished 2nd in the Platinum Championship this season. I think.
Yeah. I think that's what it amounts to. Yeah, because Gregory obviously was not in this race, and Ed must have won this championship. He was far enough. So yeah, and most importantly for me, it means that next season, I'll be able to hopefully compete a bit more regularly onto the podium, like in the first season. I want to get back fighting for wins, and this race was a good omen for that.
Next season should be very close, I feel, especially with a lot of new drivers coming into the Racing Pals as well through both the endurance and the league advertisement that happens as well. Do you think we're going to see many new faces next season?
I definitely hope so. Also, we're going to have a mini GT4 series over the Christmas period, which is sort of our off season for us at Racing Pals. So I'm really hoping we're going to get a bit of new bloods before, just in time for next year start of the season. We'll have new tracks. We'll also have a new DLC for ACC, so it should be quite exciting. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it.
And here you go. You've heard the exclusive scoop here for the 2nd time. Much already said about the GT4 series. But thank you for going to speak to me, Dark. Congratulations on your race win. Who knows, next season, at the end, I might be congratulating you on the championship win.
I certainly hope so. And I hope I'll see you again for next season, Husky.
It should do. Unless I injure myself even more.
As long as it's not the face or the mouth, we should be okay.
Those are the 2 bits I need for this job. And my eyes. I need my eyes as well. They don't do braille monitors.
Well, it's always appreciated, and really looking forward to have more streams next season. Should be great.
Awesome, thanks for coming and speaking to me, Doc. I'm going to let you go now. Congratulations on the win. Next season, who knows, you might mount a title challenge.
I hope so. I'll see you later.
See you later. Have a good evening, mate.
Bye.
And now, the man who finished in 2nd place, but it doesn't matter because he had wrapped up the championship before the race has started. Hello, Ed.
Hey, Oscar, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you feeling after that championship win and very close race with Dark?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. First off, congrats to Dark that he put up. He won. He put up a great battle there. I'm sorry for getting into him. I didn't mean to. But he had the pace, and I was not able to get by him. So congrats to him for the win.
And one thing I wanted to ask, because I was looking at the championship standings midstream earlier, it looked like it was a very dominant victory, but I don't think that says the whole story. How was the season as a whole for you? Was it difficult, or was it just domination?
No, it was definitely tough. I think the standings don't reflect like how close some of the races were. I know I got lucky a couple times to pull out the win, and at least a few races this year. So it was definitely not a stroll in the park. Dark put up a good challenge, and really, I think it came down to one race where he. I think he finished like outside. Let's see, a 6th place. I think for him was like just his one bad race, and without a drop round, it kind of threw things in my direction.
And next season, looking forward, how do you think you're going to perform if you are coming next season? Which I hope you are. I always like seeing the returning champions come and defend. How do you think it's going to go?
I mean, there's been a lot of good people that have joined like late in the season. I know I was just talking to Dark about Jack and a few other folks that came on strong. So I hopefully they come back next season, and folks like Gobsmacker and Rotter Muscle who started strong hopefully they are able to make the whole thing. I think Barak is pretty quick too. So, it'll be tough. I'm going to try to make it next season. With the kids getting older, it's a little bit harder to take Saturday afternoons off or Sunday afternoons off. But here in the U.S., but yeah, it was definitely a tough season, and good to get a championship with this series because I hadn't had one yet. Over the last this is the third season, I think, third or fourth.
Third, I believe.
Third.
I believe. Unless I'm wrong as well, we may just both be wrong.
Always a chance. But I have to say too, the ballast change with Kunos that they made sort of helped me a little bit too. I know seasons past we were able to do like 60 or higher on the ballast, and I think mid-season when they capped it at 30, it definitely helped me for sure.
Yeah, I think that threw the regulation a bit out of whack, and because they lowered the max ballast, didn't they? I believe. Yeah,
I think it was like unlimited or some high limit.
I think it was
they limited it to
kilos.
30.
Yeah. It must have thrown it out of whack a bit.
Yeah, it definitely was good timing from my perspective, but not really. I guess not really fair with when they made the change mid-season. But still happy to get it, and good tough racing with everybody.
And on that note, Ed, I'm gonna let you go. Congratulations on the championship win this season. Who knows, maybe next season the battle between you and Darkius will light back up, and I think it's going to be a tough one next season to take the championship again, but you'll have to see.
Yeah, should be good. Tune in to find out.
Have a good evening, mate.
Thanks, Husky. See you.
See you later. And now the final person I'm going to get in is Ian Arnold, coming through to take the victory of the Bronze Championship. If he's here, that is the second question. Yes, he is. Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, you are very quiet. Give me a moment.
Yeah, sorry, I was having some mic issues earlier, so.
Oh, that's fine. I just have to turn you up a bit. So coming through, you've taken, if my math is correct, which never trust my math, the Bronze Championship this season. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty great. This season was really fun. I do kind of wish there were more runners in the bronze category, but overall it was a really great fun season. Had so many great battles with such great racers this season, and had a good time.
And this season, to be fair, you have been very, very consistently up the front of the bronze runners. Your worst result actually this entire season, maybe today, yeah, but before then was actually second place at 3 of the races with 2 wins. Do you think that might spell a promotion for you into the next season?
It may. I mean, I'm not going to lose any sweat over it if it doesn't. I mean, I would rather be competitive. I'm less concerned about moving up into silver or platinum than I am about having good races with the guys and being competitive. So, if I was up in silver and bringing up the back of the pack, that wouldn't be as fun for me as it is to be, top or middle bronze. So.
And one thing I am very curious about, you drive the Lexus, if I'm not mistaken. How is that car handled this season?
It's pretty good. I really like it. It sounds amazing. I may run it next season, but I don't know. I do like changing it up. I've had a different car every season so far, and I just like trying them out and doing different things. But I've been pretty with the Lexus, and it's treated me pretty well, so I might stick with it.
Is there any, if you don't go to Lexus, is there any already, runners for the next car, maybe?
Man, I want to run the NSX. I want somebody in our Discord to run the NSX, and that may be me.
That would be a very interesting car to bring. I don't think we've had any of those in the league yet, have we? No, we had one. Deep Cuts run it in, I think, season 1, didn't they?
He did, yeah. Deep Cuts ran it season 1.
I believe, and I don't think we've seen one since. So that could be a very interesting car, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Either way, do you think next season, if you stay in bronze, do you think you'll be mounting another title challenge?
I hope so. I mean,
I mean, yeah, that's all everyone says, isn't it? No one's going to go like, I don't want to mount a title challenge now.
Yeah. I'm not going to say no. But yeah. Yeah, today was my worst result. third. And frankly, it's because I just didn't prepare that much for it. MISANO is not my favorite track, so I didn't put a lot of time in, and it's all self-inflicted tonight. But if I'm in bronze next season and I'm a front runner, then yeah, hopefully it'll be the same type of scenario where we have good racers and it'll be a good time.
Well, congratulations on your championship win. I'm going to let you go now so I can in the stream and sprint off to go and have my dinner. Congratulations. Maybe we might see you back with another championship win next season.
Yeah, hope so. Thanks, Husky. Appreciate all you do.
You too, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay, bye.
So that was Ian Arnold, who's come through to take third place in the bronze category today, and the bronze championship at the end as well. Now, from me and everyone at Racing Pals, that was the end of the third season of the GT3 series here at Racing Pals. Next year, I believe it will be. Remember, there will be another GT3 season. And as well, through December, as we heard from both Darkius and Muscle, there is a GT4 mini-series every Sunday in December, apart from the 26th, because family. Until then, though, I've been Husky. Thank you very much for watching.